Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana and welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Please don't count how many times I just said welcome because it was a lot. Anyway, I've got a good one for you guys today. I think you guys have been loving, for a while now, my Empties videos, and I understand because I've used it all up. I have my thoughts on it. So we're just gonna jump in. If you're not already subscribed, do so below. Give this video a big ol' like and let's get going. Okay, so let's start off. I have basically skincare and makeup and no sunscreens, but those are the products. So we're just gonna jump in with the skincare first. The first one I have is the Sunday Riley C.E.O. Afterglow. So this is a newer moisturizer by them, and it definitely has, I would say, like the biggest kind of learning curve to it compared to their other moisturizers. I did a full video on their 3 main moisturizers, so I will link that above. But this one has kind of this yellowish tint to it. It's supposed to be brightening. It's got turmeric, it's got vitamin C, and I like it a lot. I actually bought another one. I bought all of their moisturizers multiple times now because I like all 3 so much. But this one out of the 3, I would say I wouldn't necessarily recommend to everyone. It's definitely more of a daytime moisturizer. It's a little bit more of a water cream gel kind of consistency, a little bit lighter weight, but it can leave a little bit of this yellowish tint to it because of the color and the ingredients in it. So it kind of, if you need a lot more moisturizer, if you have super dry skin, it's not going to be for you. And that's why I say it has the most learning curve. I think the other 2 you could pick up and just use any time of the day, any skin type. But this one may not be for as many people. So that's that. And next up, I have the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is a sad empty because it's a very, very expensive product. Actually, both of them are expensive. Actually, a lot of the products I'm talking about are expensive. This one, I have kind of gone back and forth. Would I repurchase it? And I think for the price, I have to say no. Only because I can get the same kind of very rich, very luxurious cream. This is more of a night cream too. But I can get something very similar for a less expensive price. So while I enjoyed it thoroughly, I thought it was a very fabulous spa-like experience. Left my skin very, very dewy. And I also have their daytime one, which is more of a gel cream. I like that as well. I just think for the price, I can't really repurchase it because it's not something that's so revolutionary that I have nothing else like it in my kind of collection. So sadly, I wouldn't repurchase it, although again, beautiful. Let's talk about something I would definitely not repurchase. This is the Drunk Elephant Balm Electrolyte Waterfacial Mask. I don't know how to describe that. It really is just not extraordinary in any way. It's a very expensive product. Most Drunk Elephant products are. I felt like maybe cooled a little bit. I think they say it's like a cooling mask. I just found it to be lackluster. Very, very expensive. No ingredients that I found to be standouts. It didn't do anything extraordinary to my skin. It's a nice mask. If you just want to spend some extra money giving yourself more hydration, go for it. But there are also other masks that do the same thing for much, much less. So, okay. One that I will and have repurchased is the Good Molecules Overnight Exfoliating Treatment. So this is an AHA, BHA kind of leave-on mask. This is a really, really, really great AHA acid, BHA acid mask because it does what it needs to do, but not to the point where your skin is kind of overreacting, getting sensitized, but you can feel it working and you can see the results the next day. And I use this maybe once a week, twice a week, maybe twice, not more than that though. And for the price, it's just one of the best ones out there. I have so many AHA masks that kind of do the same thing, but nothing that has this price tag. So out of the Good Molecules brand, I think this one is one of their best. Their cleansing balm is also very good, but some of their other products are just not for me. But this one, I repurchased, I still have it. It's a continual repurchase. The next one is my oddly misshapen Good Molecules by Sunday Riley. The reason it's like this is because I think I tried to get this last little bit of it out. It comes in this weird, packaging. This is just a plastic bag, and you can see there's still stuff in there. I just couldn't get it out. And then they stuff it into this beautiful packaging, and you think you're getting a lot, and you're really not. But this is a good jeans. This is another lactic acid, so an acid treatment. This is a cult classic for good reason. It's a really, really beautiful, kind of lightweight, but also powerful enough kind of acid treatment. I think if your skin likes something like an lactic acid, then this would be absolutely like one that I would recommend. So if you're not really into the price tag of buying something like this, you can do something a little bit less elegant. The experience isn't as nice, but get something like the Good Molecules. But they're not the same acids in it, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you know which kind of acid your skin likes, like for example, my skin does love lactic acid, this is kind of worth it for me. That said, I don't think I'll repurchase it at this time, just because my skin also does fine with something like this. So it's really about the acids and what your skin likes. If you can get the smaller size like this, you can try it out and then it won't be as pricey, but you know, acids are a very complex kind of thing, and some people's skin loves certain kinds, but not others. So you have to kind of figure out what your skin works well with. Okay, one other skincare empty. We have the Frownies. These are the facial patches. Why can't I talk? And I have two more. I purchased two more of them when they were on sale last year. I put them right between my forehead area and I sleep with it on. And it's not supposed to be like Botox where it actually just like erases your wrinkles, but it is supposed to train your skin and the elasticity and everything so that you kind of use the muscles a little bit less. Now, I don't necessarily think that that's gonna work for everybody. Some people have like stronger facial muscles, myself included, but I think it's a really great option for those of you who just kind of wanna like ease the look of the fine lines and wrinkles. And you can do this without putting anything into your body. You just wet the underside of it and then it's basically like tape. Make sure that it's tacky though. If you put it on when it's actually like too wet, it won't stick. You really need to let it dry for a little bit, and then you place it on whatever part of your face and kind of hold it in place, and then you put a few more to make it like this one big patch. And I feel like I wake up feeling just a little bit more refreshed and that like my skin is a little bit like more elastic, I guess. Okay. A few makeup products, I'll try to go through them quickly. The first one we have is the MAC Brushstroke 24-Hour Liner in Brush Brown. I've talked about this before. This is a eyeliner and it's got a brush tip. So some people love a brush tip. I personally, it's not my favorite. I think it actually like loses the fine tip of it. But this is a really nice brown shade, which doesn't come that often. Now, it looks like I still have some product, but every time I try to use it on my eye, I get nothing. But I have recently found the Fenty Fly Liner in brown and I think I like it more. But you can see the difference in tone. This is the Fenty Fly Liner. It's definitely more of a warm tone. So if you're looking for something more cool tone, I would suggest the MAC one way more than the Fenty. But I feel like with the Fenty, I just get a better kind of like flow of liquid and the point is always pointy. Versus this one, as it gets older, the MAC one kind of just loses the point and it takes a lot for me to get any liquid out, even though of course it came out now. Okay, this is a lip oil from Item Beauty. I'm not gonna talk about this a lot because I'm pretty sure that the brand is kind of dissolving. It's definitely being taken out of Sephora, so I don't know if you can purchase it, but this is the Lip Quip. Yeah, Lip Quip in Hey Y'all. This is a relatively cheap lip oil and it has this pretty wonderful smell, very fruity, kind of like a little bit younger like demographics than me. It's similar to the In Beauty Project one that I have on my lips now. I do not have this one on now, where it kind of gives you this nice little like light pink kind of tint to it, not too much pigment, but I feel like this one in comparison to the In Beauty Project number 8 one that I talked about earlier, or in my favorites video, this one doesn't last as long. It's kind of like, it gives you moisture, but then you really like feel like it's kind of rubbed off your lips pretty quickly. So even if I could repurchase it, which I don't know if I can, I don't think I would. I would stick to the In Beauty one. Okay, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This one was a smaller like sample size and I loved it so much that I bought the full size. So I think that tells you what you need to know. If you want a clear brow gel that really does hold your brows in place, this is an absolutely fabulous one. I also have talked about the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I think I still love that one. I have 2 of them or 3 of them. But some people have said that they get a little bit of white residue with the Benefit one. With the Anastasia one in clear, there's no anything. I think if you have any makeup kind of left over in your eyebrows, maybe that's what happens with the Benefit one. But with the Anastasia, I really have never had any residue. So if you're looking for something without that residue, this is a high recommendation for me. Okay, this one I don't feel like it needs a lot of kind of talk about. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have it in the shade Custard. This is actually, I think, a little bit, let's see. No, this is my summer shade. I have Custard and then Macadamia, which is my deeper shade. I used to love this concealer so much, and I still do. I think if I had no concealer left in my collection, I don't know if I would necessarily repurchase it. I think I would go with the Makeup Forever self-setting concealer. I just love the shade of that. I love that it really is self-setting. This one, it's not a bad concealer. I mean, everyone I feel like in the world has loved it and tried it. So I wouldn't not repurchase it. I think I would just purchase Makeup Forever over it. But always love it. It's probably always going to be in my collection. And then the last thing we have is the Totally Tubular Tubing Mascara by Half Caked. I got this for my big mascara, tubing mascara video, which I will post here a while back. This is a really great tubing mascara. It's got a wand that almost reminds me exactly of the new Tower 28 wand, which everyone's raving about. It's kind of that plastic bristle, a little bit of a curved wand, and you get a very similar kind of look to it. I loved everything about this. I just, it did dry up maybe a little quicker than some of my others, but it's a reasonable price. You can get it on Amazon. And if you're looking for something, maybe just like a nude tubing mascara or something else to try out, I would recommend this one for sure. All right, guys. That is it of my favorites, or no, not favorites, my empties. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, everything will be linked below. I do make a small commission off of purchases through those links, and it really does help my channel. Like, I use all of that money to repurchase and purchase new things. So if you are interested in shopping any of these, definitely consider using the links, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.